Donkey Kong is one of the most iconic franchises in the Nintendo lineup, as the title character is one of the few with a long history. Originally appearing as a villain, Donkey Kong was the game that cemented the company's reputation for pushing the platform genre to new heights. Avoiding barrels, climbing ladders, and collecting power-ups are key elements for the player to reach the top of each level, and with time Donkey Kong finally gets a chance to make its own game. One of Super Nintendo's most famous titles is Donkey Kong Country, and it's this old-school achievement that could become the blueprint for future platforming adventures. In recent years, Nintendo has become a prolific developer of family-friendly games that continue to push the boundaries of their respective genres. Both Super Mario Odyssey and The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild have delivered hugely successful versions of each franchise in a larger form that is unmatched in the wider industry. Donkey Kong Country: Tropical Freeze on the Switch is a welcome return, but its gameplay can influence a larger project and take its success to the next level, ultimately becoming another brand new take on current technology, a potential attempt to modernize a classic Nintendo IP. Donkey Kong Country's influence on gaming. Released in 1994, Rare created Donkey Kong Country as a reboot of the classic franchise with pre-rendered art that redefined the production quality of console games. Mechanically, Rare also introduces one of the most exciting formulas in the genre, the collectathon platformer. While Donkey Kong Country is still appreciated for its tight controls and level of creativity, the addition of additional collectibles keeps players entertained while challenging them to discover every secret of the game's animated world. Animal companions like Rambi the Rhino are fun mounts that serve as an extra boost, but also show fun personalities that are valuable in action. While the collecting mechanic is often attributed to games where progress is locked behind key items, Donkey Kong Country experiments with arcade gameplay to give players more options in each level. Gaining extra lives and finding animal companions add to the diversity-focused experience, and this series allows the characters to shine above all else. Controlling DK and his allies is fun, and that dynamism and responsiveness needs to be expanded into a unique Donkey Kong platformer that takes advantage of the charm of the IP. An expansion of the Donkey Kong universe. The classic Donkey Kong game is unique among Nintendo's offerings in that its cartoon characters are accompanied by a quirky sense of humor. Tropical environments with pirate ships, coves, and industrial outcrops provide a variety of backdrops for acrobatic action, and Nintendo may be able to combine these themes in an open world where gameplay takes precedence. Donkey Kong Country has the potential to inspire new entries in the franchise, as the iconic game relies on many artistic components that bring players' imaginations into wild 3D spaces. The collection's aesthetic suggests multiple dimensions, but now is the time to make the most of the style. Rare continued to develop games for the Nintendo 64, but many fans still consider the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong Country trilogy to be superior. Unfortunately, Donkey Kong 64 had some weird ideas that never caught on as an original. Despite its flaws, the 3D romp has found an audience that appreciates its ambition and diverse cast of characters. Retro Studios has since become the lead developer on the latest Donkey Kong game, although it seems to be completely absorbed by Metroid Prime 4 at the moment. Another Nintendo-owned developer could be working on a new entry in the series, as it would be a great opportunity to combine a fresh vision with the best elements of Donkey Kong. 2D and 3D Donkey Kong. In both 2D and 3D, Nintendo's Donkey Kong emphasized a level of mobility and interactivity, always leaving players with a few tricks to find. Other Nintendo Switch titles have proven that 3D reconstructions of traditional 2D games can improve a games dating back to arcades, filling a niche that some AAA competitors struggle to penetrate. A recent example is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, one of the best platformers of 2022 on Switch, showing that fresh perspectives can sometimes inspire new ways to integrate player freedom. There have been Nintendo games in the past that were difficult, and Donkey Kong is a nice IP that can take advantage of the complex gameplay that is hard to master. Developers can be bold with a Donkey Kong game because of its broad themes and mechanics, but the winning formula can take advantage of what players love most about platformers: agility. Tandem moves would be an interesting way for the series to emulate Super Mario Odyssey, as these features match the winning nature of the previous games. Most gamers are familiar with gaming's most iconic monkey, but some believe that Donkey Kong deserves a revival as much as Nintendo's other offerings. Nintendo certainly has a legacy of great games, and Donkey Kong isn't likely to be forgotten anytime soon. The fun-loving mascot will serve as a major vehicle for action-adventure innovation, using the classic collectible game in a world bigger than fans have ever seen. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and support my channel.